Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Well, who's had a big week? The Royals. The Royals have had a big week, haven't they? Because they've announced the official coronation quiche. That's a thing. It's made with broad beans, spinach and tarragon, and as with everything else with the coronation, the challenge will now be preventing Prince Andrew from sticking his dick in it. Will I? Elon Musk's had quite a week. He's had quite a week. He had his new SpaceX rocket that blew up. It does worry me that Elon Musk wants to lead the human race's advance into space, because if he's our first contact with aliens, they're going to have no idea what we actually look like, aren't they? Like a piece of ham. Dominic Raab's resigned! No. I'm very right-wing. I'm very upset about it. Very upset about it. Yes, he was the Deputy Prime Minister, but he resigned after a report into bullying allegations. And if I worked in Dominic Raab's department, the bullying would be mine, basically, because I'd be constantly on at him. I'd be saying stuff like, "You're robbing me up the wrong way." Anyone here got a robber, Johnny? You know, just A-class legends-only banter. Is what I'm capable of. Now, the Daily Mail were very angry about the whole thing, and they said today that Raab had been skewered by snowflakes. Full marks for alliteration, 0 marks for literally coming out in favour of bullying. But they've changed their tune, because a week ago, their sister paper, the Mail on Sunday, which I'm sure you're all regular readers of, was very anti-bullying. And you can tell that because they ran an article suggesting that I had been bullying Liz Truss on this very programme. Actual article in the Mail on Sunday. I know, absolute snowflakes. What a difference 5 days makes. So, I've written an apology, and I'd like to make it now. Stuck to the fucking... I'll read it off there. I am very ashamed to be accused of bullying by the Mail on Sunday. As having read a copy, I can see that they are firmly opposed to bullying of any kind unless it involves lawyers, foreigners, or women who are arrogant enough to go to a beach. The article states that in the first episode of Late Night Lycett, I continually ridiculed Truss alongside a papier-mâché model of the politician. I have reflected on this, and I now realise that to deploy papier-mâché was wrong. Papier-mâché is a vicious and cruel weapon that should only ever be used as a last resort, or when a 4-year-old wants to make a volcano. The article also states that I said Liz Truss is a human who eats the organs of dogs. Sorry, it's not funny, it's not funny. This was a moment of madness, and it should never have happened. Some of my trusted advisers, e.g. Natalie Cassidy, say that Liz Truss is absolutely a suitable target for comedy, since her decisions as Prime Minister had a massively damaging impact, causing pain and prompting life-changing choices for millions of people. But I believe, as the Mail does, that they are wrong. All her ideas should be taken seriously, and only seriously, and never laughed at, like you might laugh at a fart or a cat falling off a window ledge. In summary, I'd like to issue a full apology. I'd also like to clarify that I'm not being sarcastic, as sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, and I strive for the highest form of wit, which is, of course, jokes about Ruth Langsford and pum-pum.